Before today's video start, guys, we're going to show you guys the new release on FYDapparel.com. Link is in the description. We have the Supercar Slayer t-shirt showing off my love for the Mark IV Supra in cemetery with the Lamborghinis and all these other things in the background. That is available right now, as well as the Cozzy t-shirt. Thought to bring this one back for a limited run, so these are available right now. Link is in the description. So guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're in the Series 1 RS Turbo today for a very informative, laid-back video of me driving on the way from a shoot back to the office. Now, you find me in the Series 1 RS Turbo, and as you can see, it's raining. It is raining all over my lovely 1985 Series 1 RS Turbo. I don't really mind it. I know it's one of those things starting the video, oh no, it's out in the rain, but I've got to get to shoots because, yeah, as you can see by the title, something has gone. If you've been following the channel, you know full well from our last garage update. If you haven't seen that, go back on the channel, click and have a look and see what the deal is. See what was going on with the current garage setup, because something has gone. And of course it isn't the Series 1 RS Turbo. It's my M4. It's gone. Thank you very much again as we come past a rather large bin lorry. I'm just going to scoot past this. Thank you very much to Havant Car Company yet again. They actually did some work on it that I wanted to get done. New brakes, new splitter, various bits and bobs, just to make it absolutely lovely for the sale. And as it was sat there, as we're sat around about now, as it was sat there, someone bought it. So that was fantastic. I wish all car sales would be like that. It'd be lovely. I'd sell them all the time and buy them all the time. But as this Evoque goes in here, let's scooch out. Lovely. I'd owned that car for exactly 1 year just before that video went out, the garage update video. So I'd owned the car for a year. Now, if you don't know, there's different cars on this channel and in my life that do different things. My Cadillac is the forever car. It's a big project. It's going to take years, whatever. It is all good. That is my personal car. Series 1 RS Turbo is a bit of both. It is a great business decision. It is a great car for me to drive around and enjoy, and I've always sort of wanted one. So that's what this car is. The M4 was the daily driver that I could work with companies and on a daily basis make as much content as possible, as well as ferry my kids around, you know, go on trips, various bits and bobs, and sort of tick a car off the list. If you don't know about my list, I will never really divulge what my list entails. It's a very, very weird list of cars I've always wanted to own. The M4 actually being one of them, as well as a Series 1, as well as a Cadillac, as well as many other really, really stupid, you know, financial decisions. They all are, you know, in their own right, cool, but also not at the same time. Some of them are really, really bad ideas, but that's part of owning a car. Anyway, the M4 was one of them. The plan was to keep it for 1 year. I'd kept it for 1 year. I'd worked with some fantastic companies with that car, but it just wasn't doing numbers. I noticed that you guys really didn't like it as well. You did not like it. It's probably the least performing car I've actually ever owned on this channel. That's a bit of a shame because it's one of the most expensive I've ever bought. But thanks again to Havant Car Company, it made, you know, selling the car an absolute breeze. So if you're ever interested in buying anything, Havant Car Company are the guys to go to. They know their stuff. They are absolutely phenomenal. But today's question is, what am I doing now? I can't drive the Series 1 through winter. I won't drive the Series 1 through winter this year. I do not see the point in racking up dirty miles in this car. Yesterday is one of those unfortunate trips where, in all reality, I don't own the M4 anymore. That's gone. This is the current car I'm using for work and shooting cars and various bits and bobs. And my missus' car that I would use is slightly broken. So that's currently in the garage at the moment. So this is the only car we actually physically have on the road in the household, which is a bit of a shame because it means it puts, you know, again, I would say dirty miles, as in miles in taking kids to school, going to the shop, doing rain shoots, you know, going to shoots, various bits and bobs. Something like this that the car shouldn't really be doing now. It can, very easily. It's doing a lovely job of doing it. But if I do have options for other cars, I will, of course, take, you know, other options rather than putting the mileage on this. But Can't last forever. Can't drive this around all winter. I won't drive this around all winter. It's not fair on the car at all. I don't want to be doing rust repair. I don't want to be doing, you know, general maintenance, consistent general maintenance on a car that really shouldn't be doing it. So what does it mean? We need a new car. We need to buy a new daily driver. But I just look through the market and nothing tickles my pickle. If I'm quite honest, nothing is really getting me whatsoever. Prices are still up. Cheap cars are still expensive, I feel. Like, you know, way back when I started YouTube, just before I started YouTube, and I bought my first black Lexus, I bought it for 550 quid. Black on black, 150,000 miles. It's an absolutely lovely thing. And that car does not exist in the circuit at the moment. It's about two and a half grand for a car that I paid 550 quid for years and years ago. And this is where my issue starts with trying to find something that I want to keep for a year, say. I don't want to finance anything. I think finance, and this is maybe me just harping on about what I feel like the world's up to. You might be in the same situation. Please leave a comment below. I feel like because interest rates have gone up and cars are getting not necessarily thin on the ground, but nice ones are still expensive, and they're still charging a premium, which they should. You know, businesses got to make money. I still feel like financing a car for me personally at the moment and ticking a car off that is like an RS3, M4, you know, that sort of stuff that we've had in the past as a large tractor with the biggest trailer ever comes out in front of us. There's so much mud on the road. There is so much mud on the road. There's so much mud on the road. We're going through it. Sorry, car. This is really not very nice. But interest rates, deposit, contribution, finance, PCP, all of that jargon that I rarely get into, if I'm honest. Yes, we've done finance things in the past, but I've only ever financed 2 cars in my entire life. I don't feel like I want to do it again. And I made this quite aware in a couple of videos ago, where I don't feel like you guys appreciate financed content, and I don't really appreciate financed content. I never really do. So me trying to understand what's next is really, really hard, because the market's still up, interest rates are well out, cars are still expensive, expensive cars are expensive, and I don't really want to go down that route again. An M4, RS3, A45, all these other, Golf R, all of this stuff's great, doesn't make you guys interest, doesn't tickle my pickle, you know what I'm saying? It's not really worth us going down that route. So I'm looking at the second-hand market, trying to cap a price in my head that you guys can get on board with, something that I can get on board with that doesn't break the bank, doesn't financially cripple everybody in, there's no content to be made out of it, it's boring. It's a funny world at the moment, and I'm looking at stuff, 2-3 grand, say, maximum 2-3 grand, say, that I would never get into because it was £1,000 car 2 years ago, and I just don't see the longevity of me owning something that is on a price hike. I don't like the idea of that. I don't want to come out of it losing thousands of pounds. Never the idea. It's never the idea. Try and give some sort of financial advice in a sense, and as well proving it in front of everyone that, you know, buying certain cars are the right thing to do, selling at the right time is the right thing to do. I feel like the market's about to crash. Made a big video about that, did numbers, thank you for it doing numbers, but I do feel like it's not the right time to finance or buy a car at the moment. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma. I feel like, and if you got to this point in the video, thank you for watching, I feel like I want a big Lexus again, and I've said that multiple times, but honestly, I am looking and looking and looking and looking, and for the life of me cannot find anything that I would actually want, and not for like want for content and want for you guys to look at, oh look at this, hashtag made it, all this crap. None of that. I want something that I can just enjoy, like a big, I love big Lexuses, I love that era of Lexus, Mark II, Mark III GS, you know, 2-3 grand, say. I'd love to get a Mark II GS and put body kit, all this sort of bits on it, but trying to find the base car to start with, a black on black one, maybe even a black one, you know, with a coloured interior, or a silver one with a black interior as we go into a lovely bit of trees, might be a bit dark. None of those cars exist, or they're all 3.5 grand. I'm not paying 3.5 grand for one. Not when I used to pick them up for under £1,000 like they were nothing. Just seems so silly to me to buy a car like that now. So I don't know, I'm going to leave it up to conversation. If you're in the same situation, or maybe you are in the same situation, you're maybe thinking of selling your finance car, you're coming out of a finance car, you want to, buy a car outright, you maybe want to cut down or just buy a little car, £500, £600, £700 one, up to maybe £2-3 grand, maybe at a push. What would you do? What would you go for? I really think that I'm going to go for something that's unfinanced, that is worth buying and is still worth the money. So my old GS300, my 2005 one, £3,000 I paid for that with 120,000 miles on it. They are still £3,000 with 120,000 miles on them. They have not changed since the 5 years ago I sold mine for that money and bought mine for that money 2.5 years prior to that. So they have not changed in price. They haven't gone down, they haven't gone up. Great idea for a car, that reliable. I just can't bring myself to buy another one 5 years down the line for the same amount of money. Sounds so silly, but I'm trying to give some sort of good advice on this channel as well as trying to follow good advice. So I'm not too sure. Leave a comment below. I want to get a big Lexus. I think that I've decided on that. I was going to buy some sort of PD, Audi, VW variant, something like that, just to show that you can still buy these cars for cheap and they're really good. Just don't feel like after our A6 Audi that it's really worth it. So I don't know. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching me ramble in this today's video as we drive past an RS6 for 52,995 that I'd love to finance, but it wouldn't make no sense whatsoever. As we drive into the office, thank you so much for watching, guys. Leave a comment below, let me know your thoughts, and let me know what you'd want to see. Would you want to see a very, very cheap car, £500, put £500 into it, see where we can go? Should I buy another big Lexus for 2-3 grand, put wheels, stance it out, and just drive it to shoots, and keep it as a a car that isn't really seen on the channel? I'm not too sure. Let me know below. Let me know below. Let me know below. This one take video is going really, really just like my mouth is not working with my brain. Apparently I need some food. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. As I park up, we'll see you guys tomorrow.